NDC side of the House will continue to uphold the tenets of democracy. We have the numbers, we could have done certain things, but we know this fourth Republican Constitution is a product of the National Democratic Congress.
I think there are some courts, no one chamber courts being decided, but Onyamini come for because
so already a course of Parliament now. I plan work and NPP and minority now a plan here.
This administration inherited a very difficult energy sector. We met a debt of about $1.7 billion. I'm not sure that the best group that will propose or will criticize administration will be the minority, because their track record is there for everyone to see.
There are cases that send this in peniphobic eco jail and him for being a day to Tuntuma, Eddie Adeco Pacho, and Akuffo consider the peace of this country. No, this any Pamina Eche woman. So be a bonia, Dano.
Or exposing another Akuffo and an abine. But fine on himself, you will need. Nanso onim sasabe ne to no wo se no yensamafo nyina kwaba ebiem emma dwumade yi so as usual esanso thanasia ensama ekoso e oman Ghana mu yede ni nyina ebre ahefo ene wachi no abusuampani kowu so aduomi abiebie nsam nim na odi mu enkomo bebre ene free mampani John Mahama asoye e basanse mampani agusu obo adwuma sada ba ya oman Ghana yebefa ye ntoma pa edi efra ogopiem ewo Parliamentary NPP and NDC mecha minority and afi majority akoye nsem bebre ama na no kwa ne hu ye no akwakoda ne ntokwa quick one Pandai constituency NPP for ne se wo mo ntiase emma rerun no emma so ene nanam so ama nsem bebre efrache ba quick one e bewram na information if you eba encheye ena aban de betu dwa se 2026 enkane obo ene nsuobo ye ba betum ena nanam so ama expose bia ba betu dwa na na dodan akuffo ene na ban dream dia ekoso ewo ECG ena nanam so ama sisia me no kase 2026 ye ba betu nkane abom quick one ye be ro so na afi no ye din komo NPP amanyoko no so dia ba betu dwa se na na dodan akuffo eheda and one prosecuting NDC officials na omuya juma from 2012 edibesi 2016 quick one ye bewram and so they told no Ghana for fire NPP for say semu say NDC for disika and then about 2016 to 2024 man prosecute that means say any NPP for me akron for quick one a leak about the ha ebedi hon komana fe no bibia ai kama but ansana no and some koso e Parliament na amanfo tuja edema minority almost na ai NPP for ya sumam se monko ai Parliament na monko ko shamra dia monko akoye nie yensan ko ne nkonko kakra because eno achi no Mahama ya rega din komo e wachi se enka obetimi ayusu ne majority no e dia bully NPP for no baren obugana for Ghana for na election no se womunko parliamenti omo be ye adwuma sada be ya oman ne be fa ntoma pa efra ye ne kan ko ne ntemra ye koba ensem bebre wachi
and doing so, present your committees report. Mr. Speaker, I urge the Hamza department,
both the minority and the majority MPs pushing and pulling it further. There's a scaffold that is breaking on the floor now of Parliament as we speak.
Mr. Speaker, I want to ensure the general public and the Ghanaian population that this side of the House, the NDC side of the House, will continue to uphold the tenets of democracy. Mr. Speaker, we have the numbers, we could have done certain things, but we know that this fourth Republican Constitution is a product of the National Democratic Congress.
Okay, Mr. Right, Mamo Kwaba, Major so. And sir, the Ekoso our Parliament in ye. Na yen MP saya suma womu. Se womu ko sembra no man no fa no tuma pa infra no. Ai hwede womu ye. Dodo na so the mistake ni nyina so boni nyina bo MPP4. Omo se MPP4 na Ekoso sa nyeme ba quick one. iyenwram.
Okay. Mame na wase na ye na ye tiefo so ase na mencha wo mo. The writer enra mimi hu ye no ade ba comedy ka bisa mo no say ade secondary school student.
Oh.
Because a secondary school and a sanya me ekoso parliament yi aya na tako mostly ebra a entertainment time and as a dining time pa no. Yesua de na ekomade na aduane ye bebom wo no eya ahwe bon se we free house we di boom ekwana na yekoduro ma afa ne yehu de wo wuzika awremu na ye frɛ bibi stampede na de ba anra asamba kom se bi sa mo se ade na NPP as a political party da bia onu pese omu create chaos e wo Ghana parliament ye ntia me ka sa ni yase asem bi ni adanse ye twa ho bi ni ye de adanse obekai ebra na ye koto aba ni ye speaker of parliament aye abankin forceman ababin ya obekai MP na ori ballot paper no won say aye NPP side and wo mo hyase na emma NDC for no so ebufu ya Mubarak Muntaka no aye wo madwe say omo mpre emma sansem hunu no enkoso because Ghanaians adwen yi wo say wo mato abade am mature people nimdie ni nyansa ani adwen da wo mutim so wo nko represent here the last time I catch you so some of the constituencies no yem say die sokra no anya hwe no representative all con at the mabes 2,000 and I say 20,000 and what they call represent the constituency no na se nipa bes 20,000 ni ye hwem ni yi nipa ba ko se wona kodan ya na mu ye expect so be kwa kodan su bampa wo be hye se wo ye mature na wo be hyemre be boa mo man na konkan na ma constituency no so akonkan but se ekowie se wo kodan no karosa henkra na wo kori ballot papers na wo koso kios awo man Ghana mra hye bedwafia a time pa enti I no they should be very very careful.
Obisi say MP before anhwe ya in the next election no yen elect omo MP ba akokra so nkonko gina mo parliament because yesomo mo so omo nko parliament di omo kwa akoye ni.
Oh, for now no go and check records obenya more than 30 MPs a wo ye MPP a emma wo di wini NDC candidate and as wo di wini constituency wo di kofie no ebinum ye little as 1,000.
Enotina a majority leader so sim ko betimi use ni majority no e dia konka a minority no but no kwasem say or respect Ghana for
no kwasem e wo mu ne say asama majority MP no akana mama yarga aka no achinye bia ni ho a e wo ho tie mimi hu say NPP e de trimupo e na ba fie ho no mo enra wo mu bo madre pose yanko ne yanko koso kios yanko koso mayhem yemma government ni business na enkoso and se koso ne say ya ebe medom dodo no bu ofu ebe da ne ntokwa anhra yanko nko wie na ba ko apra na afa yakwa se NDC fo no na de aba no afa ye de sobo no ye be free aban ni businesses na ekoso parliament no na afa ye be discuss the majority na wo fi ho no so wo mo de wo mo dodo no na di ehunhura eye donkuma na wo man Ghana mra hye be
say who say a plan way
aya plan na wo mo plan na wo mo ye no NPP a plan on the buy no and this as majority na ampene ama wo mo antimi execute ni yi
because edu time bia me say do nkati akra pie mu
oh yeah omu gina onim so omu ye de babro be 30 minutes and sana wo mu say NDC amwa no patronize no wo mo ye omadwo say ene o mbaba ni mu and wo mu free wow fe de o mbegina the center na onim say clerk wo man Ghana mra hye bedwafie no they have every power so wo mu be defending no wo mu be prevent any chaos and edru de dia wo betimi afrem reinforcement soldiers na o maba but wo de ekoso afei ebaye na wo begina on NDC for no so ebaye say NDC and take one more time say the majority leader Canada writer mo ye 86 here 86 here Panda MP kan 86 NDC ekra say ye kase wo mo cha Patricia Piaget say o metimi amana ba ko pe no agina nchen o metimi ache no 2222 MPP bia benya NDC MP mienu sanko mo mromo amana yeye amabi kura be sa aka akire but because say womunim sese womu de ba NDC do so che womu and NDC betimi akoso such problem na wi akogi dimbone e de ama aban no enu nso nti na ayemanika so the majority of the parliament NDC mama yarga wodi sadom nanim no or make sure say this incident will never happen and me bona baso na me boy NDC MPs na baso because the matter ya do so cheo e tia de ntina wo se ye man ho kwan na mo edom kuma edom fia bi mo be di nsemu no de chei let's attack them yem push wo mo let's beat them me yem bru wo mo yem fi tumi na ye wono mfa mru wo mo no mo say yes we have the 2/3 majority in parliament but so when your leader wodwen na onim ne o kwa de matter de bia meka I say we are abrabo aye bono so when where you are heading towards woma obi end this table ama babia wo kono no won sign the matter me ko kejetia adan na me ko kejetia hon madwen da me ko ye made won me dura bu akwa me ko mu obi ade table me na maka agu akwa ho sa na majority na ye o mu ni babia o mu ko
ai yenko di yenko tiwe mra wo se eno achi no anodom predi nkomo na die dia MPP for ne yesa no o de atodwa yenko mra na fe faja ne to aso
ye di ejina kuna no but onyame ni ye kama for Rakabi onyame ni ye kama for because ye ka no ye ni adwene mo po bia se ye chinchi mo binta this is one part mo di nkuni ho na court batan court ya na declare President Mahama so we ni no de no mo bo say I think there are some court na mo ntwan ma court ni decide na mo hwi e ko gina ntwan e ka say there be ya ntwan ma court no end decide we are prejudging the decision of the court that is wrong especially coming from obia oyemra nimni washemra for these many years Rakwame ehadwen
okay yamsha
the right asebo
and say wache mo say Bandai constituency no o ma declare seat in vacant and na asem no court na mo kwa declare seat in vacant
the right
na mo ma court enwie
mini parliament obi menya learned men call law school but say ni enimu the same speaker no be kai abra court no eruli wieye no NDC amanyoko no ka say majority e ka say wo mo mpene amanyindam amamra hye bedwafie hono na o metena hono meya adwuma because court say number no kra ni kwasenke baso kra eti yatwam kra nti onye MP hono e dey some na speaker kai speaker say on to me declare because samre was so to me declaring yanson
na say speaker James say on to me enyi MP ni free parliament sada no if say amre was so to me dey yan sabre ni yanson and we know say 7 days or so and send the speaker to me and declare seat no vacant and on my coin Emma wakoso ye nadwuma that time there MP for na nkasa
on that time there one man farmer say na court awuli say enipa no kra na ba no kra ni kwa say ba mu na speaker say na what say majority no so ba bonte be ka say aden na court yen say na speaker ka say want be sao but won say ebre ni so ye speaker ye nadwuma no speaker nyamfom so bia NDC nyamfom so bia womo work within the law no say I don't know what they adwuma separate say na so I was say declare seat no vacant and court no so say after 30 days no I was say abato commissioner kono koto abade yi representative I was pandai e hono etimi a sebedwa ye se wo court o se ni court o eno no nyamra sebedwa no asade tienie pa say no it is up to the court moma run to no say court no be kire say ampa aba no e wo deserve say wo so ye MP and answer the high court no kan no ofua so say court no de ba say ya say the high court no kan no ofua so enti MP ni mra no me na dwuma then this is the time I was mra sebedwa no the speaker of parliament yera abanken force man ababen be sa back was abese sande o kan no eti for now no say yura aye friend say krampo papa ya okasa say sia yi anodom pre kasa asemu ya I think say opre no ho and I think say yam say ono a woni mra no but waseda and wo pese wo pematade bi no odi she speaker ama obi a hu say speaker ni paboni
so far they
working within the law
the MB before ye no ebebo
the brighter emwa anodom pre say ni vote or the winning about parliament on and you say go and ask yourself go and check it say no the winning here or the buy and you are the MP sir omo musuma mo be fie hono omo ehwemo ebi ne dia da me kan no so already on ejekum go fon some oba be kan na some NPP they are in crisis as such issues no eni kwasanke ba bonten enti so me kan EDP amanyoko ni kro na da wo mo na won mum ya se be wu no emu EDP ye pa for now no I no don't pray you don't need all these things So Babonte, now make us say, I don't come out the Moyan woman, Shebefino, and the so called neutrals, no, that one more NPP for, NDC for now, Montpesias, more, and my Mutumini, one more set back. No must think it twice. No more some say, it's when I'm got to Abadima woman, and Penny force a own pretty swap. And yes, we hear you. Yes, we did it. Yes, obey Jam, Shebedan Finfi. Now obeying Semunu. You pass through the channels. I would do of your more standing order Samodi Edma. I was so cassa. I was so passing through those channels. Now we do grievances and add your 20 more. But we are sad, we are, and the Aquada Sabi, Ninewu, Nipapewu, no need for Tufobiano, Wayanadia, Enkoye. And indeed, woman will say for now, no, NPP need for 24 because John de Kumkufona and him some Kobetu. Wami will say woman fanning yashi, Wakasama won't and they did not consult him. And I know says so I don't know young for such a men's abuse, so it be a Samuel or my no, I'm consultano, and I'm not Uncle Father Poma consultano. It's one more fear to say Aquada, only mammy, any papa, not only for 24, San or Yenima. It's near my woman and the writer. By the time I open on my eyes, no, not send this to me a woman you may ye. And the line ye, no more to 2 years, all policies I would do a day by economy and said yes, Cono, or Mutumiania. 1 year, Yabeko 2028, no, now Yabeko Parliament, NPP Parliamentary seat, no, now 15 the crowd. Because and you know we in said Opia was your trouble at the moment. Now the way they are federal markets, it seems a federal market more to me handle minority. Oh, yeah, sorry said here, Mama Yaraga said you all see Kane, sir, Nanka obey to me. And when him say leader and the obeka bia no mbefaso etina nka obetumi na nkom de omodo do no e de ayede ni kwase no omo ye sanso na as leader ma me Patricia Piaje ukura de oyo bata what fie won match afenyo markings as leader no now I was expecting them say nkom control wo because they mobeka bia no omo tie and some reason ne sikoso ntina mka just say orchestrated omo shase trase plane so omo ba be yes ade no enu ntina leaders nso ye din enkane no mekane say NPP for kasa na Ghana for tie NPP for timi ba bonten be kasa say na nyina ayentro onye sure say this time sana mo na no mugusu omukọ but as a Ghana for ache wom onim ye fe bibi goodwill our politics mu enu na NDC enjoying right now and I'm telling you this they should take it serious na say oya papa da wanim sa ade na NDC wo manya no dibata mitumi am constituency bosomtwe mituo mo for say anya de ebetimi asi ebesi ebeche biem so obenya one constituency MP wom regional minister wom sanso na political party no aye aban no ne chairman wontumi eho no ofre na sampanyfo wo nyina education minister self ho enti ahemfo wo ho no ani temamfo wo no so man take this advantage no man fam pa bibia mfirimu na mo constituency no man timi amoamo na aban ni free so a it will be very difficult some benya regional minister education minister MP ana afeye ne akika ka ho nyina so wo momra mo no mo ene ebi na asi no NPP and NDC so already about to yet no Ghana hana since 1992 NPP boycott parliament no ebeka say NDC ne call if you mo wo mo na kohye ikoye adwuma ho no tia ne yen sadan kan to ho no obie no ma wonya 2/3 majority e wa ya ba ya to mu and this is the first time ebc and this is how NDC they have to utilize it well. No more than year, Juma, because I'm telling you, say NPP nenya this 2/3 majority. I want another danko for the person. One rian kasamre, you know, and Mahama Yaraga, I be an one minority leader. Koma boniti sakola. Edi to me na ye. This is the time I was so used to 2/3, no, and then somebody here how money, but they use with law. No more than year, Juma. I'm on my gun, and that benefit to one more party, no. Liberator, so man here. Na say 2/3 we free woman sir it will be very difficult so mbese nya biemu because since 1992 afa na BSc na obi so say this monya 2/3 majority sa kwanda ICT mu de yede no director in politics medical culture say politics akwa say onu obi ko otamfo no wo so wabọ na to fom no mentwan ma ne nsori ansa wo se sa no mo ye ya NSkumi ewi no anyo bi de kuma NSkumi Yewra Alhaji Mubarak Muntakaba Maham friend say Mahmoud Bawumia we autopsy no be kire de kumi was pressure de kun no ada want say na say NDC for the man pressure one man pressure eye one auto pressure the amount ho the bretetie and as comedian no abra wo swear the 8th parliament no assemble na by 9th parliament no ade ben na eye clerk e wo fi on mo ka de kire eye
omo ka so omo nso ni in it is on ono no de opede a omo so ni in de beba kire bia no nyoma sem
and after no markings card yesem woman no bo no kutu pase won tena se so we pressure na eye afinyo markings ane wono na top pressure and man ho the brighter yes say na aba twe ho gina nchen me anhwem ana wo twe ho boko na ko gina nchen ana wo deal with the law na e better na pressure about so because of what you did in intino na wo say ye de krata ahwehwe ne de mawo enti abere bia wu dwane abere bia na pressure da so enu ntina Dr. Alhaji Mahmood Bawumia ye autopsy ni wiye no wo de betu dwa say ye pressure ni kunu enye pressure in politics say the medical can wo tamfunu wa wo na to fomo no say wo ma ne sori a ne ho beye hu entitia ne so na nyima no e wo fom ho no enu na NDC ye no nobody should say ade no wo to 10 majority enu nti wo ko pandai so mbetumi a fight till so wo mbetumi a win the last seat kura NPP they should go ahead and win it enu na beboa ama niam on person ye betumi akonka dia
o ye de ekoso na 2028 ebe kose ana too early yes the bronku megu nsani no ana yete ache akoduo na so bribra and so we ready ebesi wachina na hwe ne se de AC airco ene niema enu ti dimrata wodua buro a na buro no fifia na ebe kakra hwe ne 9 AC forms aburo de ebebo akase na hwe nan na se aburo de emo akase ebi na ekoso a wo bisa enye too late won se MPP nso asua de
NPP nyansua de tie die pa what happened about 2024 about no mu na MPP wa de sua bia na wo sanka 2016 no tane ekoso kakra bi na ndisi foso mo wi no na so musua de wo mansua 2020 enu kura de enem no kasa yi there are so political science lectures and others a wo mususu say John Mahama win 2020 election no na mu enuamu wo mo nso am wo ni ana ho ma me ametena ha me kae wo coalition center na ise KG4 computer lab no enne ka wo mu di nkogu wo mansua nyansa NPP sai no mu di mu ana ma wo mtimi ye wo de eno mu di bewura 2024 ma ato abawie and as at now they are not learning and when said the aircono and the process na nemu no sa na be koso a no man sesa the brighter said the mekai no anya me nwanwa se so mo kofa nyankopɔ kra didi wo monim nyame ya 2020 election a on be sa report
quick one yenkotie we mra na on se be to dwa se electricity and afi water bill no ye ba betutum amanfo obojon Dramani Mahama sobo se ai nana akuffo wo so na nya sa na tie na mama wo ba na ba be yo man ni yi a wo ba be toto enkane abuo mu ai ensuo so kra wo se tutum eno nanam so ama energy ministry kasama fo ho no wakasa na wa expose NPP aban no abusua ano odio yenko tiemre ko abusua be chim.
Let me begin with you. You've heard the concerns from both the minority and the TUC. Is this something that the energy ministry will consider suspending?
Let me say good evening to you, good evening to my little friend Lom, and good evening to Honorable George as well. First, let me try and segregate the issues into two so that we can have some clarity. I will start with the press conference of the minority. If I heard Honorable right, one of the fundamental points he makes is that this decision is as a result of failed leadership and poor policy choices. And I find that very interesting. In the first place, this increment is what we call MITO. This is a major tariff review. This is done every 3 to 5 years. The last time that this was done was in 2022, to be specific, September 2022. And the increment was 27%, over 27% by the PURC. This time, the PURC says that it's doing about 9%, and it's given cogent reasons for this increase. If we look at why you see a major tariff review, the major tariff review addresses the capital and the investment needs of facilities. You're looking at large-scale infrastructure development, you're looking at expansion, you're looking at their capital expenditure, and then their investments, their asset base. Those are the factors that go into a review of major tariff, which is done every 2 years. The next one will be 2030.
Okay.
And so, for government, one, the PRC's decisions or the engagement we followed, they engaged a lot of stakeholders. I'm sure Honorable will confirm that they were before the Energy Committee of Parliament. They were on several platforms. They engaged TUC as well. And so they had a comprehensive consultative process. On leadership and policy process, this administration inherited a very difficult energy sector, precisely the power sector. We met a debt of about $1.7 billion to IPPs alone. Cost to ECG when it comes to utilities, you're looking at about over 80 billion Ghana cedi.
Okay.
Beyond that, you had a number of debts owed. You had suppliers that had not been paid. As we speak, every now and then, ECG will tell you that you have suppliers coming to them because the government owes. What this administration has done is to engage in what I describe as structural reforms to deal with some of the challenges that we met. Today, that 80 billion that we met is around 60 billion. That decision is a result of leadership. Today, the cash waterfall mechanism, which was recording a revenue of 900 million, today declares a revenue of averagely 1.6, 1.7 billion Ghana cedis. And that money goes straight to the utilities. You know what we saw in the past where you had the management and the declaring revenues that come in because the revenues are used for other purposes that are not fruitful. Today, you have ECG that for 3 years has spent averagely about 9 billion each year when they had a budget of about 2 billion. So you're looking about a budget of about 30 billion. A budget of about 6 billion. They had an expenditure of about 30 billion. This year, the current ECG administration has spent just about 1.2 billion on procurement, and they've rather procured material goods that the ECG needs. And so if we are talking about policy reforms, I'm not sure that the best group that will propose or will criticize the administration will be the minority. Because their track record is there for everyone to see.
Okay, Mr. Right, spokesperson at the Energy Ministry, and all this, but they are walking and say, I am one was NPP. A minority no omo kasadi afa entumua eye aban pese woton kane mu nyame adma general afo fry besim no na oka kire mu se aban we bai no mbeto ka e ka eda ho no eye Ghana sika no opepepemadu wotwe 80 billion na we ye frankrofo bi independent power producers wo nso ka ye de wo no eye 1.7 million US dollars and no so ye de wo ka eda ho no so we NPP a wo kasa ye gbegbegbegbe ya o se ebere twatwo kra ko 2022 no mu a o mo ton kanea mu na o mo ton kanea mu no o mo ton 27%. Enti edinti no mo ye dede na nsa no mbeton kanea mu no wo mo hwe eka wo mo bo emfidie enema wo so mo yo e de fa ho man kanea ntimi gina ne na so e mo manfo tumi nya bi de ye adwuma no wo mo ni nyina ansa na bra no wo ma tenase asese hu se wo so mo di ntumu ba etu wo mo se when you pass a dom kumano, woman at the year politics, and some year run a cayen. Okay, the writer.
Eti obisu busa se. Adena bibia ba na aban so de. I subona ko asakobo NPP.
When would the omunya cry? Subu a woman de previous government and wunko be cry. So we can NPP pass our own necran and macra said John Mahama. Abra woman really no. Sana nekoso. The writer. Say yenya enti yesi mfoto nti na ama odeduani ne ranho sa mfoto mu ama yentimi nya bibia ma nya yie eno nti na still ye kostu ayesua history no because it's part of us eboa me ye kakai every baby ye fra ye ba ene ne ya ba bedru that's history
enkane ya aban ne betum 2026 no MPP for na ebo sa aka no to
exactly Gibraltar osiye nananuma ye bone na ye ba ye ye yana bone na be so ayeso Gibraltar
on sa ko Bible mu kura na ahonya dia King Solomon nom ane David nom nya ye no no ane ye nsa nka ho na mo bone a wo mo ye na Bible se yen ya na nafoi ye na abesu ye so sa de tie mo bo ka ade to ho aye 80 billion the better ban be de no twa 80 billion yeah the independence power producers eka 1.7 million US dollars aban be de en wotua sa 1.7 billion dollars no won be de no motua enti just say yani aye ho en wo ma ye yan kakran no mo de atua me to be frank with you this tariff increment no enya dia me bo aban no so bo the last time me no time ye discuss it and me problem na say on be kakra no mo de ato my phone so akatua mu apart from that I don't have any problem because you see your penkania as a hairdresser as a barber as obi aye coastal and ye ne wo fi asabe ye ni ani weekends ne ye de fridge mu ne ye de nkakra no say your penkania betimi sustain ye dia ade pambia ne ho abefa no fomo na me problem ni say ye bosa aka ne dia ene ne wo sankane ne gina so man yen ebiem e wo sa ban ne make sure
ba sese no obedi hu adanse a light no o man ade
nobody can even talk about doom sasem because for now there wa obeka doom sasem na wo beifo because ene kane aduma na ye normal kane a e wo ho etimi dum ni bia eti kane ne be gina na so se ne ekoi afein aduma yefo onso bebo moden na wo de kakra de branch na me no discussing na wo ka 9% a wo sa de 9% ba a ye calculate ye keto bi de branch so automa ketuem 9% na de kane aba 9% de ba et 6 kana wo de ma me na wo sa
o ye sa calculation enyi se de no mi chew mu
o che mi mu
me se obi ji akatua obi anu a me nye sure se obi ogana oye aban adwuma ni o ji akatua even 2000 po dem cho what yase enti oje 3000 Ghana oje 4000 Ghana near the 9% akan wa anya 400 cedis
now say be electricity 9% and when you 9%
na auto light say ufi o wetima catch am say auto light do 300 cedis me bisaw me oda me bisaw auto light do 300 cedis
shouldn't come in say me to light 10 cedis and now 1 cedi
and me chow so say
percent now the to market you mu no and no sa dia be to light mu enti ade na odi ma me na wasa dia
me abotre ma me ntiro mu meji akatua 50 million ewo oman Ghana near the 9% atoso a wo de yemfa na 10% ya de 10% atoso a sani ya de beka makatua no
sani ya de beka makatua me magaza me ma asenye
simple sani ya de beka ho 500 cedis ene ya de beka ho
sad light bay
nyabotre oh uma me nchim ya de 10% atoso a ya de 500 cedis ene beka makatua no that means about 55 million. Ana na bia me ka say ufie auto electricity no bosome auto 300 cedis. E di 300 cedis no ye tum 10% a ye di 30 cedis pe ena beto so. E di kote 30 cedis every 500 cedis mo nya say.
The writer.
E to ye ne sa enye yiye.
Oh dabi. Eye yiye.
Me nya so so say ufie auto light e do 1000 Ghana da.
The writer. Go and ask microphone kania wo moto bosome
mimi that found the example
mimi the example bia mimi the obenya no correct but others na woni
no yen kan no kre me kra mimi fie kra na ye kra na ye dos ye nipa be 3 no ye tolerate nuru 500 cedis a month
enti na me say
like na nuru 500 cedis a month
the better for who the enko anya sa example yo who the won ko who the example obenya no correct but woni man des so light bill motor
that be light bill na woto no e depend na yama oyusu me nye sure say obi ye nurse ni abayaduma ni nurse ni ebe yusu light bosome 1000 Ghana
na say minimum say wunya say news ni bitie ehwe ya one village bi yam say was central region hono uko typical villager bi kura obeko the whole village na bi kura afreje ba akopɛ ɛna wɔn mo de tonsuo light na wɔn so ɛna tv aba ni bi afon no mbe utenkania bill ba na wɔn tuatua
dabi ɛno no yɛ sɛ yɛnkyerɛ mu yi obi wɔ hɔ a ni area na ɔkɔtena hɔ no light bill ne ma ɛna dabi anu so egusu anu oyusu enti wɔn start sɛ wɔn de light bill ne ɛbrɛ wa deɛ wɔbɔ ka gu hɔ ni nyinaa yɛ de hyɛm untia na yɛ bɛka sɛ ECG wɔn de ka enti saa wɔn de ka na Ghana fo na aburo ka na gu hɔ enti saa ka na wɔwɔ bɔ light na wɔyusu no ebi amemfa ne sɛ ɔbɛtena dan mu 2 years ni a saa ka ne yɛbɛmo atuatua ne nkakra ɛno na yɛ na amanfo ba wɔn nkyerɛ mu yi
ɛno yɛ no korɛ di bɛta obi anyi wachingi but obi
ba me pese ohu sɛ Some 9% na aban de ato aban dwuma efo akatua mu no. Emfa nko compare dabi
na omo de
kenye yi.
All side no.
Ebia 9% no. Ye de ka akatua ho a, ubenya 500 cedis e na aka ho. But some 9% na de aba beto ECG so no. Ebia 30 cedis pe e na beto so.
That is your side. But me side there, I still call
also tiasie.
Me tiasie sama nye. No, me tiasie sama nye. Because said you won't tiasie sitie no. Say na me different opinion na me dey ba no.
Enti o chese nka aban ne ba he no. Onfa 20% emra meto aban akatua so. Now for the ECG Indian quantity be 10%
minka any percentage. The American say aban more modern.
So problem ni say problem ni say only 9% ato aban akatua so. No say 89% every ECG.
That is my problem. But and one more thing. No, the better. Why you understand me? Aban for kakran to my fakatium. Now want to say no, and the thing you see they are calling say one by demonstration on be jaw motuma omoye and who be say be sorry
now abaya within 1 year the way are no minus yatete apansam now by crab no more than no to akatuam 9%
a make asem che
1 year pe enu 1 year
and yema Jesus Christo be
enti who expect say aban ba ye nka within 1 year nko to makatuam 20%.
Nobody expecting say want to makatuam 50%. And I have never mentioned any percentage. Me say on for kakrantum
there is the kakratu
9% ni so on san fa bin kam to you I don't know. Okay, Jesus Christo ni Nyankopon be ye nyina no livatris ye sa accept
omunya abotre be ba
ene obi wo fie obi wo car nyame ndom no sanhyan so sa accept for more and from so be na won enti so want to market 9% na ye call electricity nyame yadmo ye ref from 9% and dollar na aba from one aban na yade ya bo na ba so but yes still enima ye tono no e ma from said ye expect no so when the workers are calling say fakakra ko market you and from so be anywhere won. Okay,
that's your opinion. Yenko tie mra.
No.
I every for no ma said dinkomo bi o.
Okay.
Wo se akuffo do ba wo sheda pa no ancheche NDC fo. Ba akuffo do so ba wo try o but anye yi. Ai yentie mra.
Mampani akuffo ado e ba ye no. Obeto wo mampani John Mahama. Say na wo di sika Ghana fo sika. E dia ma wo MPs makuma 32 as double salary. You can say double salary and say oh ya MP now say you minister you ntu akatua mienu ye de kakraka MP die no ho na ye de amount NPP aban no ebeto say wo mampani Mahama wapen so enfie 9 umpanifo enne e wa parliament e wo leadership no including the speaker. It was alleged say almost the different bank account at parliament, a different bank account at the executive, ejiha for 4 good years. Much double salary. NPP are buying a buy, you know, betu jano. And Crawford can say, Nana Akufo-Addo and from Monko Court. Investigation in a buy. And my report no a buy. Nana Akufo-Addo nyansani yes dabi ye mumaisa na ebeye yase obe parody 32 of opposition MPs na de makodina court awu nyina betimi akodil na audio magu afiase for the stability of this country nti yemfanto na asumdwe emra menim because can you imagine said that krobe so anopa na NDC MPs 32 as a line echo court di court yakwana bada bia mo betim akodie na Akufo-Addo say omeyi stability nti anya ade obesa enipa pi MPP ni mo a omune mampani anya adwene ba mo ebe mampani Akufo-Addo no ebe ka cho say mampani say for the peace and stability of this country nti anya ade a obe prosecute 32 NDC MPs over double salary nti odom ho che wo. There are cases na send this impenifobi eco jail ahimfu bi ni ade tutuntuma ade kopacho ema Akufo-Addo consider the peace of this country no this any pa no nyina ho eche wo mu yen ka so bia ebone a jano. What we are saying is say Omampani Mahama ebedi adie. Enyema bi akoso no, I can bet you and I can assure you say sanke Akufo-Addo Bresno si ya anka saa de we ensida. I can tell you say Akufo-Addo Bresno, there is no way an NPP government with a majority of about 180 MPs will go for Abdulkumanov and take the Abdulkumanov seat by force. I can tell you, say, there is no way an NPP government will go to Akwetia and take the Akwetia seat by force. I can tell you, say, there is no way Anka Baby Sekpandai NPP Abaya Akufo-Addo Dianimu Anaba Ubia Dianimu will forcefully want to take Pandai by force from the minority. Wabre ne NDC were almost 190 seats in parliament. 190 out of the 175. And to be to me and Trase and you say and Yama a cosono and fashion day and momemu. And to be to me Trase and you say it's not good for the stability and the peace of this country.
And your company say not just say MP before at your mining young. Mammy, because of the bonnet one Chenedia. Will you just and send me one on not one way. Not one hold to self, one control server. One and some of the few number ban will be now what bomb. The writer. That was the time Anagana ever hang parliament. NPP 137, NDC 137, one independent candidate, Esiama, and Waka MPP. That time was the time Ananando Akufo-Addo any majority. No, they are passing e-levy. Any other news policies are not persuaded by few or more. The brighter, nobody can tell me say. Sitting another Akufo-Addo see any human one. Now, I was said to me, no evidence is clear. Son what the sa MPC a dinner court. Amma yet woman to I'm sit in declare vacant. I'm your cocoa by election Honoma and at least come back more than and come jelly muten.
Nasa I John Dramani Mahama on crime penino. Woman transform prosecuting. Dimeta at to force as some no. Mahama some called special prosecutor. At to force me and the far kwama. Finance Minister Sam no bet me $1 about 10 year, about 11, Kasam and Kapapan Konem. The brighter NPP and you met me, but the evidence wasn't enough. This guy is somehow walking, the brighter, and you crow the John, and the brighter, you're taking the other side of Sonny. Say, indeed, some was sa evidence, no? I just say more than 30 MPs, one minority side, NDC, or more real minor to say. And you can so dear Katuam Prenu, Wamajin in Prenu, Maku, and fear 9. Let the brighter, what's so ya buying? No to me at Nasi, no yancha, I'm a dose MPs and that's what you are. I'm a net, a bin man saying Yakonia Befionma, and you're now buying yet the powerful. Then you want to gun afford to about the more thing, it's another Cocofa and Nabai. Because who was all support to Chrono, all support to Ketashe, all support to Pray any kind. If for now, no, the brighter, wouldn't say too late. Wouldn't say crime and spy. And nay, Minuay, obey me follow that case. Unfound evidence in uncle. According to Honorable Noto, was the evidence in now by ye really now. Nelson another don't call Akufo-Addo when you answer. Mass Minia journalist. On gathered evidence in crime and spy. On Fanco. Na say no NDC na wabam. No, Menkasa. Say send this na wabam. MPP na wabam. Anko babia. You better ABC. Just test the law. For condemn this in a wabemu. New was evidence how the coin I clear. But because of say and this in a wabemuntino, almost use one more power, no executive power, no at your body at Togu. Then when the future government a young people in your quan babema, then you start from there again.
Aqua Crano, it seems that or exposing another Akufo-Addo and an abine.
Sure, yes, Sabia Kusabia Pronto. But fine on him so you need. Nanso onim sasabe ne to no wo se no de etienie onim se wo beka bibi se de idwafo ne ye no so onim se nkofarasifo no ombekum Yesu Kristo na nka na henie na bafam no onim se wo mbeku no ambedru baabi na henie besi matiri so ama mpempema soa no abodede ade adinachi a enkoma enku no sa na mi journalist wo ye onim se wo beka bibi na Ghana for sympathize with him e se ne na dan Akufo-Addo no ye but obie no wo conscience atwe da de trimu a wo kasa asem we de kire no se ye hu wo mo no mo ya akromfo wo mo ya wudifo wo mo ye mambofo ye kura evidence a ye che wo mo clear na so ye ma wo mo kwa so mo fo mo nkodi a se nipa no be support o da obehu se wan kasa kura wadwen ye adwuma wonim nyansa and you don't know what you are saying and no na akofa sa problem we dia ba enti ade na wo ye no wo expose na na dan ko akufo do na NPP government ne more and the brother this is the time I was say NDC nso ye bibi. We don't want a situation on the opposition no na bia NPP beba na wo mo mmra se bedwafo ana wo mo mpanyimfo no bi adi nsɛmhunu na wo mo de mmra no e deal with them na ebenya nsɛntwe ne bi ɔte sɛ yie na ɔyɛ NDC ni na ɔbɛba bɛta sɛ na ɔbɛka sɛ na nka John Mahama na wo so ɔkye afenyoma akensi tumuo efisɛ ECG ebre okoye management member na na chairman board chairman no sika sei ɛna ɔma ne wi ayɛ no no wa kyena ntum bisa na John Mahama nim nyansa the better ebi ne nkane ntum ayɛ kan wonim sɛ ka afenyoma akensi abo allegedly a ɔmo de to no so no sɛ yɛtimi ahwɛ na sɛ PDS ECG ɛka ne nyina no electricity post why sɛ ka nwuram the better na ɛho asam na ko sɛ once ye pagya ne sa ponche ntokwa ɛna abesi fam sɛ yɛtimi fight ma ban we ani abre na fight a ɛde ne nkane ntum saa kana a wo mabɔ no ke betimi de aboa ade abɔ man no bra amatemamfo nso wo mu no wo maso adwo mo kakra so I urge the government sɛ wo mo focus wo hɔ no more na wo mo fight sɛ de be ya Ghana for yɛnsa bɛka sika no na obi a wo so kodam bia no wo mo fa no kodam na wo ma meka ne mire bi sɛ mire bi na nka wo sei ɛna ma ma hu nyansa ɛna wo yɛ sɛ wonye sansem ne de yɛ mpa tie biem kwentatie ma menya de we ansa menya correction bi ɛnra nipa de oyam from so agitu ɛnra mi gua kakra and after say ye real program no na me call back na me say medidi nkomo na my research no ebeto dwa say leave no ho asem no a me ka ye no me yam from so kakra ho and I accept that Gibraltar after best 13 years nie eno ade woni say my wife okra wantimi ankai comment no oye no janos me wura ne edi watem say eye normal those people na ye be heal
edi watem a wadwa na me di edi watem yo
me ya nam say ma me pe ba bi tena na we eye normal enye da bia na obofo ko nwura mu aniema be koyie eto da na nkoyie wo mo praise u na no wo be criticize ya ya no so na koma pem say wo mo ane ne wo mo ko ane ne wo mo ba en wo mo no be bo maba so te se mayemfom so na ne wo mo hu no mo sa aka se mayemfom so a enya de wo se wo hodi na ayi bia enti ya de obi o che na adwen bia ase e wo ho no mo mfa nche sa e ho part ne de mayemfom so but I still insist say edru ba bia mo mayem consider ne enhwe niema bia be boaye na ma niema etinya konkan simple
uni akoma abusuya de masi ko ebesa ba biem oni akoma
mimi ne mo akoma mimi
na oni akoma me tia da bia di matem ye di matem oni akoma jai oni akoma oni akoma na the wife na ye program catch your wife so onyare catch so onyare
na ya wo kona ko redi no mo bo maba so dia na yese wo ya de o yese wo kase o
catch your wife say oni akoma onyare
comment ni kakran wa ntimi no jaye wa ko na say ye ekoto pressure bia fa ma ho ma pressure na mra mia me so for me na me chan that is my work and it is part of the occupational hazard and yema wo ye adwuma as a journalist abi face me ye mo me da enti wo face atendidi amfa nsa ya bo bia me na ni atu ade wo ye do atama amfa nsa
quick one de ma sie ko e be sa ba bi mi akra mu nyina